viewers, my name's Cara. I'm wearing this crocheted hat that I just made, the first one I've ever made, and I'm realizing now that it completely blends into the wall as far as the camera is concerned. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, welcome. This is a video that I said I was going to make a while ago. It's the part 2 to something that I did a little bit ago, which I will link in the description. I posted a video a month or so ago, maybe a couple months ago now, about grounding and my understanding of the spiritual practice of grounding your energy and the importance of it and how I've come to think of it differently over time, having been on this path over a decade, how I used to think of grounding and how I used to kind of skip it because I didn't really understand its importance or its relevance to my path and my work, and now how I see it now. So definitely go back and watch that video. It was made before this purposely because having an understanding of how I think of that and a way to think about that and a way to practice that is relevant to this video. This video is about sending energy. I am an energy worker, but this video is not necessarily about how to create and send energy forms, anything like that. This video is about sending well wishes, sending people good energy, stuff like that. A lot of my videos lately that I've been making for my channel have been some kind of real talk type stuff, so there is an element of real talk in this. There is an element of the reason I wanted to do it is because of something that kind of upset me, but it's definitely also meant to be an educational video, so please forgive any kind of realness or any making fun that I may or may not do. I have not scripted this video, so I don't really know how it's going to come out, but I'm going to tell you the story of why I think this is important. It might be calling some people out, but hopefully it's also calling you in to realize a new way of going about things in a way that we can learn to do things differently and for the greater good, hopefully. So the reason this came up, the reason I wanted to do this video is months ago I posted something on my page asking for people to send good thoughts, good energy, whatever. It's something that you see a lot of people do all the time, and generally people might just like it or love it or type a little like virtual hug or send a sticker if it's Facebook or you know, whatever it is that we do over the internet, or you might actually go so far as to comment and say, I hope things are going well for you, or you might contact the person directly if it's someone you know, any number of things. People ask for good energy, people ask for good health, people ask for prayers, things like that. Positive thoughts, positive energy, good vibes. Not unusual for us to see, not unusual for people to do. However, something that was unusual was I got a couple of responses, not only on that post, but then also over time from other people that I spoke to online about the kinds of things that I was going through and the kinds of things that they're going through and requests for good energy and stuff like that. I started getting some responses that I've never gotten before. I've never seen these before. And so this was unusual to me. What happened was, I asked for good energy, and multiple people either wrote in a comment or messaged me privately or engaged me in a private discussion wherein they divulged that they were not going to send me any good energy because they really needed it, because they're going through a lot in their lives right now and they don't have any good energy to spare, so they can't give up any of energy, they can't spare it, they haven't a square to spare if you're into Seinfeld, and so that's something that I had never seen done before. I've never seen people comment and say, no, I'm not going to do that because I don't have any extra energy to spare. No, I'm going through so much right now that I cannot help you out at all. I imagine that that is always the case for some people, but they've just never said it. I've never seen anyone say that. And it really took me aback, not only because it really came off as rude. It really came off as my problems are so important to me that I can't even spare a well wish for you. But I'll get to that kind of thing after. But it also, because of my understanding of how sending energy works, it came off to me as these people don't actually know what I'm asking, They think I'm asking for more than what I'm actually asking for. So what I'm talking about here is like sending well wishes, like I said, wishing someone well, sending good vibes to them, or wishing that they get good vibes, not necessarily that it's coming from you. This is not a request for an actual expenditure of something really important to you. It's not like when someone calls you up and says, hey, I need help moving, can you please physically come over and expend physical energy and spend your actual time coming to help me do something that will make my life easier. It's not like someone saying, hey, I'm putting together this event, I really need volunteers to come help me pass out flyers or to help park cars or, whatever the case may be, to run the lemonade stand, whatever it is. There are people who ask you to do things that you just can't do. And I do want to say I'm proud of these people for paying attention to their own energy levels and paying attention to their own needs. I think that's important. Self-care is extremely important. I am not knocking that at all. I do think it's important if someone asks you to do something, like if someone asks you for a hug because they really need a hug right now and you truly feel that you can't give that, I think it's okay for you to say, I'm not in a place right now to where I can really give you that. And hopefully someone else can, or hopefully some other solution can be arrived at. But when someone asks you to send them energy or to send them, it's like someone saying, wish me luck. And all you do is say, luck, or good luck, if you're really nice. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You've said it. Words are powerful. Words are a spell. And for that moment that you thought it, that is what's sending them or wishing them luck. If someone says, I really need some good vibes right now, can you please send some good vibes my way? All you really have to do is, for a split second, think good vibes to so-and-so. You don't even necessarily have to be an energy worker or a practitioner of magic. You don't have to be actually sitting there forming your intention and really bringing it to something powerful and really putting your energy into anything and then sending it off, which is another thing that you could absolutely do if you have the energy to do that. But if you don't, it's not something that you have to do. It's as simple as saying, I hope things get better for you. And to me, it just felt like it would have been easier and taken less time for any of those people to thumbs up the status, like it, type a heart, type love, period, send, than it did to explain that they could not possibly help me because of all the problems going on in their lives. And again, I want to iterate, your problems are important, and your problems should be of the top priority to you. I am not saying that my problems are above yours. What I am feeling is that people are misunderstanding the request for good energy and what it takes to send that to someone. I do not feel that people are asking, and I know that I'm not when I ask, asking too much of anyone, and that it really can just be a simple comment like that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to go do a spell for me to help my life improve. No, I can do that myself if I need to. Or some people have asked me if they can do that, and that's a separate thing. That's not what someone is asking for when they say, I really need some positive energy, can you send some positive energy my way, give me good vibes, whatever. If anyone else is asking for that, I suppose that's their business. That's not the impression that I get from anyone. Unless they specifically say, will you include me in your prayers in your next ritual? And then you're thinking, I'm not going to do a ritual anytime soon. I don't have the energy to do a ritual and add you to the... No, that's too much. I can't do that. But there's no reason you can't say, man, whatever it is that that person needs, I hope they get it. Done. Done. Checked out. So my understanding of energy as a witch and as an energy practitioner, energy worker over years has come to be, and this was touched on a bit in the grounding video where I talked about different kinds of metaphors for how energy works if we think of it as an electrical current and as a circuit. Energy is a cycle. You can think of it as a current, as a circuit. Like I said, a lot of the times when we talk about energy work, we talk about having a sending and receiving hand, and it may or may not be your dominant hand is your sending hand, may or may not be the case. So you have one of your hands is sending and one is receiving, and the energy constantly flows in generally the same direction from one to the other and throughout your body, and it keeps going, right? Energy, like water, is meant to flow and works better when it flows and is cleaner and clearer and healthier when it flows freely and how it's meant to, but it can also stagnate. So my advice, if you are someone who's experiencing low energy, as I have been so much this past year, I have been dealing with a lot of extremes in my anxiety and depression. I've been mentioning it multiple times, whereas you've never heard me mention it before. And I've been dealing with a lot of low energy days, and I actually just asked the Pagan Perspective subs at the end of last week, to talk about what they do on high energy days and low energy days, because I've had so many of them, and I'm coming to terms with how I deal with those fluctuations. I wanted to know what other people do on those kind of days. So it's really something that fluctuates and something that flows. And something that I have come to realize lately, even though it goes against your instincts to protect your energy and to protect your resources, you kind of want to keep what you have, because if you have very little, you want to hang on to it. That's just totally instinctual, and that's normal, I think. However, what I've been challenging myself to do is let go of that and trust the universe, and I have been finding that when you let it flow, it really works so much better. So when I've been having, and these are personal examples, when I've been having a really low energy day and I just feel like life is terrible, nothing could possibly make this day any better, maybe I've already had a breakdown, maybe I can't stop crying, whatever the thing is, and then if I get online, because I tend to want to talk to people when I'm in that kind of a mood, or I have a sense that I need to do that to pull myself back out, when I'm in one of those places and I might get online and see that one of my other friends is having a really awful day and is, just really down and has posted something, as soon as I take a moment to think about my friend and even just wish something as simple as, I really hope their day gets better. As soon as I have put that out to the universe and done nothing more than say it out loud or typed it out to them, I didn't actually have to sit there and meditate and do anything and expend any of my energy. I should have also mentioned that the reason this is related to the grounding is that if you're grounded, you're never expending your own energy. You're pulling energy up from the earth, down from the sky, whatever it is that you tap into. There are limitless sources of energy all around us that you can actually tap into, so that when you're sending energy, you are never expending and depleting your own stores. Kind of forgot to make that connection if you didn't already. That's what the connection is. But so whenever I put that out to the universe for my friends, or whatever amount I think I could do, whether it's verbalizing it or just wishing it simply in my head or actually writing them a comment or a message or a text message or anything like that, I immediately begin to feel better. And the other way that this has become really insanely clear in my life is that my finances are really awful right now. And every so often I do a little odd job here or there. I might repair a piece of jewelry for someone and they give me a few bucks for that. A while ago I repaired someone's beloved amethyst necklace that they've been wanting to wear for a long time and couldn't because it was falling apart, and I reinforced it, made it stronger, and gave it back to them, and they paid me far more than I thought was necessary, but they knew that I needed that money to go grocery shopping or whatever, so they gave me some money. So I have been finding that when I'm putting out energy, I'm getting things back that help me, but then as soon as I, spend that amount of money that's really all I had, and I'm trying to get groceries but also get a couple things that I might need elsewhere, stuff like that, I have found that numerous times I have held on to my last $5 or whatever, just in case I need it, I don't want to get rid of this is all I have, and I'm not making any sales, I'm not doing anything, I'm not bringing anything back into my life. But as soon as I finally spend that last dollar and I'm like, okay, that's it, I'm out, I've got nothing, very soon after the universe brings me a new opportunity again. And it's not a lot, I'm not saying it's a ton at a time, but it's something to keep it moving, and it's just been strengthening to me this idea that it's all a cycle, and that energy exchange is a cycle in the same way that money exchange is a cycle. When you hold on to it and you let it stagnate, nothing is flowing, it's just kind of being there in itself, but when you release something, something comes back to you. So you can actually send energy to people if you want. You can actually, form that energy in your mind or an energy ball in your hands, whatever you might want to do. I have a little video from years ago talking about very basics about energy work like that. I suppose I can link that too, so you can check that out. It was with my friend Matt. So you can actually do that. I have been doing that a lot for people, and it's a practice that I find works very well for me and immediately affects other people. I've done a couple different healing things with that recently, and getting the feedback from people that it's made them feel better immediately is just fantastic. Even on the days that I feel that I don't have a lot of energy. Because obviously, if I feel like my energy is somehow bad that day or sour, then I don't want to be sending people that. But that's when I'll take the time to really draw it up from another source and clear my energy out. And just doing good for other people and sending good energy for other people, I find really helps to raise my vibration as well, and starts to make me feel better, as opposed to not doing it and then neither one of us is helped. But you can also, instead of sending energy in that regard, you can also just say it, just saying something out loud. I work in the theater, people say break a leg, and just saying it is a wish that I will do well, that things will go well. It's like making a wish. It's as simple as that. Making a wish is magic. It's a form of magic. It's a form of energy exchange. So you can send it, you can say it, you can wish it. You don't even have to necessarily say it or send it to the other person. You can just wish it to the universe. And this goes along with how people have asked me when I sign off on everything that I write with blessings, whether I think that that act alone confers blessings upon that person. I believe it does, insofar as that it is a wish that you will obtain blessings. They're not necessarily coming from me. I have had a person in the past actually yell at me when someone sneezes for saying bless you instead of saying God bless you, because it is their belief that God is the one conferring the blessings, and by leaving that off, by simply saying bless you, I am somehow implying that I am the one blessing them, and by their religious belief, I do not have the authority to bless someone, which is why I need to call upon the name of the being that is doing the blessing. I obviously have some different views about deity insofar as that is regarded, but I don't feel that when I say bless you that I am necessarily blessing someone. It's me wishing for blessings upon them from the universe. But I don't say, universe bless you, may the universe bless you. I just say bless you. It's a wish for blessings in general, wherever you believe they come from. I wish that you are blessed. I wish your good health. I hope that that makes a little bit of sense to all of you as far as where I'm coming from, and I hope that it helps in whatever way that it may be of help to you. Whatever angle you come from when watching this video, whatever your experience is, whether you've been this person, whether you've met these people, whether you're someone going through a low energy moment, whatever it is that brought you to this video, whether you're just someone who's subscribed to my channel and you watch all of them. Thank you, by the way. Whatever it is, I hope that you take something from this. I think that it is so important to be able to send love and good vibes, especially in the world at any time. I was gonna say, especially in the world right now, which I suppose I could still say, but really, the problems that we're experiencing right now have always existed. We just weren't always as aware of them as we are now. So that's really what I mean. Especially all of the things that are incredibly important to people that are becoming more visible, more noticeable. It's very important to know where we stand with our energy. It is very important to take care of yourself. Please continue to do that, as I will continue to do for myself. And it is also extremely important to understand how we can still come from that and still help other people in our communities, in the global community, in our local community, whatever it may be. I promise you that no matter how low your energy is, if you want to, there is something you can still do. There is a store of energy constantly available to you everywhere around you. Use it as you will. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, don't forget to be awesome, blessed be, and goodbye.